And we are live from the Maglio Gymnasium for the first round of the GMC tournament. Today we have St. Joe's going off against Spotswood, and to start off, Ethan Simmons, star player for St. Joe's, gets the first bucket for them. So this is the 2v15 matchup here in the GMC Saketh. So any big expectations for St. Joe's? Do you think they're just going to come out and get the win? Maybe a blowout, maybe it's closer than you think. What are you thinking tonight?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely thinking it's going to be a one-sided affair, led by Ethan Simmons. He already starting well. I think that's going to continue through the night. They don't really have anyone who could compete with him. The score is 4-2 now.
Yeah, deep shot from Corone right there.
Yeah.
So Campbell driving to the left. Shot is up by Ethan Simmons, and why wouldn't it be good when it's Ethan Simmons shooting it?
Yeah, like I said, I fully expect Ethan to go off tonight, at least 30 points.
I mean, it just seems like he can't miss night in and night out. It's almost a guaranteed bucket. Anthony Williams on the other end. Euro step no good. Amari Campbell with the shot. And they'll call a travel on it. He made it, but on the ground, travel on Amari Campbell. So score is 7-2, just about a minute and a half into this first quarter. St. Joe's off to a quick 5-point lead. The drive in, blocked by Williams.
So Ben, what do you think this large crowd for Spotswood, how do you think they'll impact the game today?
I think it greatly impacts the game. I think this, honestly, this turns it into a home game for Spotswood. Just looking at the sheer amount of Spotswood fans coming out, driving that 45 minutes away to come to this game, and St. Joe's maybe has half the kids that they have right now. So I mean, it's really a great showing for Spotswood and a disappointing showing for St. Joe's. This could really affect the game later on.
Yeah, no, I agree. So Spotswood hits both those free throws, making it 7-4. Ethan Simmons pulls up again, and he puts it through.
Shot is good for Simmons. Just can't miss right now.
So he has 7 points right now out of the St. Joe's 9. Kind of going as expected so far.
Shot is up and no good for Spotswood. However, it's rebounded and put right up by Corone. It's going to be Herod. Top of the key. Working the ball in. Over to Josh Ingram. He's a bucket, and that's a 3 for Josh Ingram. Early 6-point lead for the Falcons.
Yeah, and besides Ethan Simmons, Josh Ingram definitely has the smoothest jump shot on this team. He gets going, he can't miss.
I definitely agree, yeah. Josh Ingram hot is arguably the greatest shooter that St. Joe's has right now. Definitely second best behind the superstar Ethan Simmons. So it's going to be Spotswood on the other end now. Just about 5.5 minutes left to go in this first period. The 3 from Corona is up and no good. Rebound by Spotswood, blocked by Simmons. Amari Campbell with the drive in, kick out.
Kick to Josh. Josh puts up
Josh Ingram. That's a side fade from Ingram, and that is a very early lead for the St. Joseph Falcons.
And I think the game is going right to the script we imagined. Ethan's playing well. Josh is the secondary scorer here. I don't think St. Joe's could hope for a better start than this.
Oh yeah, this is kind of just exactly what I expected coming into this game. I mean, Spotswood, very impressive season so far. 15-6 on the year with head coach Steve Mate. But I mean, they are the 15 seed. St. Joe's is the 2 seed. St. Joe's is statewide ranked. Spotswood is not even close to it. So a 14-6 start is pretty much what everyone in the building expected. So I think if you're St. Joe's, you can't be too mad about this. Only 3 minutes in, up 8. But we'll see how much more they can extend it, or if Spotswood can mount a comeback. Because they're going to need to, because a lot of momentum is going the Falcons' way right now.
Yeah, definitely. And Falcons don't even have the the starting lineup that they're accustomed to. They're starting KJ here. I believe that's to get some more pressure on their guard. Seems to be working so far.
Yeah, it looks like that Immaculata transfer, Darren Tuck, is going to sit at least for the starting few minutes of the game. That's going to be a travel called on Spotswood, St. Joe's ball.
Yeah, and it can't get clearer than that for the refs. Easy call. So St. Joe's is going to take over with 4 minutes and 53 seconds left. Ethan Simmons brings the ball up.
It's going to be to Williams now. Williams to Herod. Ingram for three. Shot is no good for Josh Ingram. Rebound by Anthony Williams. Rebounded again, got his own rebound. Anthony Williams.
And so far, St. Joe's has dominated the rebounds. There's been a lot of offensive rebounds, but definitely Anthony Williams has been a force down there so far.
Yeah, and it hasn't been their traditional rebound getters either. Anthony Williams just got 2 straight rebounds. Oh, the dunk is no good for Anthony Williams. That's never what you want to see.
Luckily, St. Joe's corrals their own rebound.
Yeah, that could have gone bad. I mean,
and traditionally, if Spotswood was up, they would definitely make it known.
Yeah, but I think being down 10, there's not much you could say about a missed dunk when you're down 10, not even halfway through the first quarter. So it's going to be Ethan Simmons at the line for St. Joe's. First shot is up and good for the most efficient shooter on the Falcons.
And like we said, Spotswood, there's a lot of Spotswood fans here, and they're making a lot of noise. And I think Ethan being able to shoot through the noise kind of will translate to the college game.
Oh, it definitely will. Yeah, some great practice here for Ethan Simmons. As the score is 18-6. Not exactly 188-6, but it could be. We'll see later on in the game. So Carone now working on Kwame. Spotswood working the ball around. Ball gets tipped out by Josh Ingram. And that'll be a backcourt.
Turns it over again. Terrific start so far. Already down 18-6. They can't afford any more turnovers like that one.
And that was Roman Carone getting the backcourt violation there. Their leading scorer by 8 points. 18.8 points per game on the season. So St. Joe's ball, 3:50 left to go in the first period. Ethan Simmons over to Anthony Williams. Amari Campbell. The drive in, no foul call, but the bucket is good somehow for Amari Campbell.
Amari Campbell.
Now, Spotswood puts up the three. Hit it.
That's Casey Comiskey, it looks like. And it'll be a foul. Sending Amari Campbell to the line. After that tough drive-in basket he had last time, he has a chance to add 2 more.
So now, Coach Jan is going to put Owen Griffin in.
Yeah, still no Darren Tuck yet in this game.
Might be the result of that outburst in that previous game.
Yeah, it could be, but also, I mean, not to say that this team doesn't need him, because he's one of the cornerstones of this team. But I mean, you're up 21-9, not even done with the first period. It doesn't look like you're going to need your starters for the entire length of this game, let alone maybe a little bit after the first half is over. So both free throws for Amari Campbell will drop. That gives St. Joe's the 22-9 lead over Spotswood early on in this matchup. And the ball actually gets stolen there by Kwame on the inbound. And Kwame will get the lay. It somehow doesn't drop.
Now Khalid Brown is subbed in for Kwame.
And Kwame is one of the best defenders on this team. He showed it on that last inbound pass. So he'll sub out. for Khalid Brown, like you said. Ethan Simmon might have gotten hit on the three, but it does not matter. Ethan Simmon.
He's just unstoppable.
Yeah, I mean, he really is. And it's not even like when he gets hot, because it just seems like he's always hot game in and game out. Oh, some good ball movement there by Spotswood, but denied by Josh Ingram, and that'll be a travel after Ingram stumbles with the ball on his way down. And Saketh, little some game predictions on when Spotswood fully clears the stands in this game. What quarter, how much left in the quarter? What are we looking at for when Spotswood clears the stands?
I'm thinking midway around the third quarter it's going to start. Going to be some traffic on the way out.
And that'll help prove you right as Khalid Brown goes up for the dunk. And it doesn't drop, but he gets fouled on his way up.
Yeah, no, I'm waiting for that start the buses chant.
From the few fans St. Joe's has, they can be loud, especially when Spotswood gets silenced if this score gets any more out of hand. I mean, St. Joe's is just more skilled. They have more size. They're faster. They're out hustling them. I mean, it really looks like there's no shot right now for Spotswood in this game. Jeez, Khalid might have proved you right on that dunk. I think if he made that dunk, we could have started seeing some Spotswood fans clear out already in this first period, but doesn't go, so he'll take the 2 free throws instead. And they will both drop for Khalid Brown. Doesn't play too often, but when he does, it seems like he's always making an impact for the St. Joe's team. Will definitely be a pivotal piece of the team next year. Shot up by Sure is no good. Second leading scorer on the team.
No, Khalid.
Ball goes down on the other end. Khalid, yeah, shot won't go. Sure, pass over to Carone. That shot is good for Carone. Spotswood gets on the board for the first time in a little while now.
And Josh Ingram takes a tough layup. Could have been called a foul. He puts it in regardless.
And Spotswood, every time they answer back, St. Joe's answers right back with the same or a better bucket. We'll see if they can do the same after a 3 from Spotswood right there.
Now, seems a reach-in foul has been called on number 5, looks like.
So this used to be a 20-point lead. Now it's a 15-point lead, so a bit of improvement for Spotswood. But it doesn't really seem like they have any momentum in this game right now. Like every time they hit a 3 or get a nice drive in, St. Joe's comes right back on the other end and answers with the same exact bucket. So really no shot for Spotswood to get any momentum in this game. Amari Campbell driving all the way in. That's an and one bucket for Amari Campbell. Spotswood already with 5 fouls here in this first quarter. Staring down, giving St. Joe's that 1-and-1 bonus.
Maybe the fans are starting to get a sense that this is definitely going to be their last game this season.
Yeah, it looks like it, because I'm pretty sure Spotswood isn't the team we normally see in state tournaments. So this likely the last game for the Chargers. Steal by Ethan Simmon. Ethan Simmon fumbles the ball.
But he looked like he was about to.
It looked like he was going to go up with it, but he actually just shushed the Spotswood crowd there after the assist over to Amari Campbell, who's quietly having a great game right now. That's a brick by Spotswood, but they'll maintain the ball as Ethan and Rion Amatage go at it. So Spotswood ball, 55 seconds left to go in the first quarter. So the bucket there from Spotswood
Roman Corona.
The three, Ethan Simmons, no good. That's a rare sight to see nowadays. And that'll be a foul called on St. Joe's, sending Aiden Scher to the line.
Foul number 14, David Caruso. That was his first. Team second. H. The line shooting 2.
Aiden Scher, the junior, for Spotswood, their second leading scorer, averaging 10.8 points per game, hits the first free throw. As he'll look to make this a 16-point game for the Chargers. 29 seconds left to go in the first quarter here in the Magler Gymnasium. First round of the GMC. St. Joe's up 17 over Spotswood. That's an airball layup from Spotswood after they get their own rebound. The layup is up and good. See how bad it is?
Let's just fix it during half.
All right, we'll do that. So it's going to be Khalid Brown at the line for St. Joe's right now, shooting 2 after the foul committed by Spotswood. Just about 6 seconds left to go on the clock. Second shot is good for Khalid. Spotswood. Aiden Scher. 3 is no good. So the score at the end of 1, St. Joe's 35, Spotswood 19.
Yeah, definitely the one-sided affair we imagined so far.
Yeah, I mean, a 16-point lead for St. Joe's is kind of what everyone here expected. And I'm sure some Spotswood fans also expected it, so not too much shock going on here. Now the question is, when does St. Joe's pull their starters? Obviously not in the first half, but maybe halfway through the third quarter. Maybe right when you see those Spotswood fans heading for the buses, maybe that's when you pull your starters and put the bench All right, I'm going back on.
All right.
So just a few technical difficulties there, but we're back for the second quarter. St. Joe's leads 36-19 after a technical foul was actually called on Spotswood, giving St. Joe's a shot and the ball to start the quarter. So it'll be Ethan Simmon kicking it over to Josh Ingram as St. Joe's works it around the key. The three up by Ingram. The three is good. St. Joe's keeping that hot hand going here in the second quarter as they lead by 20. Three is up and no good by Spotswood.
Another three missed by Spotswood.
Khalid Brown can't get the dunk to go.
So I think that's 3 missed dunks now.
That is, and they're all denied by the rim too. It's not like they go in and out.
Another fast break opportunity here.
Shot is no good once again for St. Joe's. Nice lay there by Josh Ingram.
Josh Ingram from Ethan Simmons. There was a timeout on the floor.
St. Joe's is going to lead by 22 now. Spotswood getting real quiet here in the second quarter.
Lower it more.
So both teams going to come out of the timeout. St. Joe's looks unbeatable right now against Spotswood. 6:55 left to go in the first half. Once again, Joe's leads 41-19 on the game.
Yeah, no, and I think it's just a matter of time before Coach Dan begins pulling the starters.
Yeah, usually we'll never see it in the first half for St. Joe's. That's not something they'll usually do, but I think just about like halfway through the third, maybe at the end of the third quarter, we'll definitely see it. Nice move there by Spotswood. Kyle Walker. Josh Ingram trying to answer back, and he will. St. Joe's simply cannot miss tonight.
As a three-point, Josh Ingram.
Shot no good for Spotswood. Ethan Simmon with the rebound. He'll go down on the other end now. Simmon, nice pass, gets picked off. He'll get it back. Kwame Herod. Oh, three is no good. Looked good from where we were standing, but won't go for Herod. Looks like they're going to call a illegal screen there on Kyle Walker.
Then it's good enough. Josh Ingram brings the ball up now. Just a little under 6 minutes left in the half.
Kwame, nice pump fake. Good rebound by Anthony Williams after the miss. It's another made shot for St. Joe's. Man, they are just pouring it on. This is the fastest I think we'll ever see St. Joe's hit 50 in a game all season. Shot is up and no good for Spotswood. On the other end, Amari Campbell's shot won't go. Rebounded by Spotswood, and looked like they just tossed it out of bounds after a miscommunication, but they'll say it was tipped by Josh Ingram, so it'll maintain Spotswood ball.
And that's been a good summary of what we've seen from them tonight. Just absolutely.
Just miscommunication, that's all it is. And not even that, I mean, let's be honest here. They're not as talented. They're not as talented as St. Joe's. They're not as skilled, they're not playing as hard, they're not as big. They're worse at everything than St. Joe's, and we're clearly seeing that today. Shot doesn't go for Spotswood. What a shock Josh Ingram heads down the court. Was looking to go up and dunk that, but doesn't seem like St. Joe's going to be able to dunk all night. Nothing's going right every time they attempt it. So Spotswood ball after Ingram slips and hits out of bounds. Pass is tipped.
Nearly another turnover.
Yeah, almost.
I think they're well into double-digit turnovers.
I would say so too. Also with 7 fouls, so St. Joe's already in the bonus as well. They've been in the bonus for a little while now too. But they're going to call a reaching foul there on St. Joe's. So 5 minutes left to go in the first half. Spotswood ball. So they're working it around. Now it looks like it got tipped out of bounds, so. Shot is up from Spotswood. No good. Ingram on the other end. Spotswood working the ball around now. Shot is up from Spotswood. No good.
Josh Ingram corrals the board.
Mari Campbell driving in. Campbell, nice lay, won't go. Spotswood going to try and answer back. It's been a few minutes since their last bucket. They're going to try and get one right here. And they won't be able to. Josh Ingram with the rebound. Kwame Herod. And one for Kwame. St. Joe's inching closer to that 50-point mark. So 3:47 on the clock. Kwame gonna try and get St. Joe's to a 49-21 lead in the second quarter.
Yeah, and like we mentioned earlier, Spotswood hasn't been doing anything right.
Yeah, they really haven't. There's nothing going their way tonight. I mean, none of the shots are hitting. None of the jump shots are hitting. I would say 19 or 17 of their points right now are strictly from inside the arc. They just cannot get a shot to go. And that three won't even get a chance to go as it gets blocked by Ryan Yarnall. So it's going to be an and, well, not an and one, it'll be a foul.
Team's fourth, player control foul.
And it looks like St. Joe's is throwing those subs in earlier than we thought. Just some role players off the bench, guys like Owen Griffin, Ryan Yarnall, David Caruso, Kwame, and Khalid Brown are the starting five for St. Joe's right now. Shot is up for Spotswood. Once again, it won't go. Dave Caruso. They're just not hitting tonight, man. There's nothing much more we could say, but they are for St. Joe's. The three is good. And they're going to call an on the floor foul on St. Joe's. So it'll remain Spotswood ball after that David Caruso deep range three to get St. Joe's over that 50-point benchmark. We'll see if this one goes. Big shock. It will not.
I almost want to act surprised.
We really can't anymore. I mean, what are they shooting, like 3% from three-point arc this game?
Might
I mean,
be worse, to be honest.
it might be 0%. I don't remember a 3 all game yet. I could be wrong, but
Kind of embarrassing to this Spotswood team.
there have not been many. St. Joe's leads by 30 in the first half of a GMC tournament game. Not the greatest look for Spotswood right now, to say the least. Shot is up, and shot is good. Davey Caruso is on the board, 6 points. That's a 33-point lead in the first half.
And it looks like Spotswood's going to have to think about this game all summer long till next year.
And some seniors on Spotswood as well. Guys like Caron and Amatage. This will likely be their last game ever, and it's in this type of fashion, which is, I mean, it's not the way you want to go out, but you're down 33 in a GMC tournament game, and nothing is hitting.
What a shame.
Looks like it'll be an and one for Spotswood. We're going to see, though. Yeah, and that will be. So Aiden Scher gets the bucket and possibly one more. So 2:17 on the clock here in the first half. First free throw by Aiden Scher. There really is nothing hidden tonight for Spotswood. I mean, there's not much you could do as a team when you're ice cold like this with the jump shots. 0 for 2 from the free throw line. When you're ice cold from the jump shots, you're gonna lose by 40, and that's just the way it goes sometimes. Dave Caruso almost made it 9, not quite able to. Spotswood with the rebound. Aiden Scher over to Caron.
So Spotswood just scored, so I think it's party time in the Spotswood stand. It's been kind of boring for them.
It has been a very long time since Spotswood has scored a point. I just want to mention that. It's been about 5 or 6 minutes in this game since Spotswood got back on the board. They've been at 21 for way too long. They'll finally be at 23, maybe even 24, and they won't. That was a rough free throw attempt there.
I think this is one of the worst teams we played this year. Don't you think?
It's one of the worst shooting nights we've played against. I'll say that. So 1:54 on the clock. David Caruso gets fouled on the way up, so he'll shoot 2 for the Falcons.
So Davey Caruso is going to show them how to actually make a free throw.
We'll see. Don't jinx him. Caruso's shot is up and good. St. Joe's up 56-23 in this game. Three-pointer no good for Spotswood.
So we were talking about they were shooting 0% already.
Shot is up for St. Joe's and no good. It's going to be Kwame Herod with the bucket for St. Joe's. And on the other end, it's going to be an and one for Spotswood. So Spotswood at least hitting some of the close shots now. Not exactly what's going to get them back in the game, but
Do you think he's going to make this free throw? I'm having a hard time believing he will.
They are shooting around 25% from the line. I'm not going to make any bets as the broadcaster, but we're just going to have to wait and see. I won't say anything, but I expect the lead to still be 33 after this free throw. We'll just say that.
I agree.
So, no predictions. Just I'm expecting the lead to be 33,
Big
and it will
surprise.
be, and it will be 33. On the other end, Khalid Brown driving in, and it's going to be a foul called on Spotswood. Or actually a foul called on Khalid. Maybe a charging foul or a travel. Couldn't really see what the refs called, but Spotswood ball now with 1:14 left to go in the half. St. Joe's playing heavy press man defense. Also noted, Ethan Simmon and Josh Ingram will check back in the game.
This is just embarrassing. They've thrown the ball out of bounds like 2 or 3 times now.
And I'm trying to find some positives to hype Spotswood up a little bit, and I can't. There's nothing positive going right. I mean, they're easily leading in the turnover margin. They have the same amount of fouls as St. Joe's.
At least
That's
they're
what we'll give
beating-
them.
They're beating us in one stat at least.
And the three from Ryan Yarnall will be good.
So that's going to be a foul on Owen Griffin. Yeah, but like we said earlier, I don't think we had a more dominating win yet this year.
Yeah, we've had some good 15. I think we beat East Brunswick by a solid like 25, 28 points. But being up 61-25 at the end of the first half it's a different story. And it could be a positive or some good. Oh, there's a free throw made for Spotswood.
That's the first one we've seen in a while.
It looks like it, yeah. But
They've upgraded from like 25% to 26%.
So both will go for Spotswood there, but this showing for St. Joe's could be a great sign for the future team in this tournament. Almost like a freight train, just kind of barrel through every team they play. Obviously, it's going to get more difficult the further they get, but this is definitely a dream start for the Falcons right now.
And do we think it's really the Falcons, or do we think it's how bad Spotswood's been tonight?
To be fair, St. Joe's has been on fire with the jump shots so far. Like Josh Ingram, Ethan Simmon, and Dave Caruso, just to mention.
No, yeah, that's a good point.
So, I mean, it's a mixture of St. Joe's having one of their best shooting nights of the year and Spotswood probably having their worst shooting night of the year. And when you get that mixture, there's going to be a 61-27 lead with 30 seconds left to go in the first half.
Yeah, I think Spotswood already began to wave the white flag, put in a bunch of subs.
Yeah, I think that might have happened a little while ago when St. Joe's was up by 25 in the first quarter.
Maybe all those missed free throws were an indication.
They did not help Spotswood's case.
Coach Jan personally delivering paper towels.
It looks like it. And some news from our analyst on the side, if you will, Jaden Hunter, giving us the news that South Plainfield has just won their game. So that will be the team that St. Joe's plays next, barring a miracle comeback by Spotswood.
Yeah, and hopefully they'll provide more of a challenge than Spotswood has.
Well, it depends what you want to say hopefully for. If you're going to be saying hopefully as a St. Joe's student or just a fan wanting to see a good basketball game.
A little bit of both, but you know.
If St. Joe's could have this outcome for every single game they play every single year, I'm sure some St. Joe's students wouldn't mind it. Ethan Simmon going to miss the free throw. His second free throw, at least. He'll make the first one. Yeah, and you're right.
Ethan Simmon may have caught Spotswood fever for a second there. Missed free throw. Definitely not an attribute of his.
No. Missed three by Spotswood. Made three by Ryan Yarnall. And like we said before, I think those last 2 possessions by both teams are the no shot is no good. That's the perfect summary to this first half. Spotswood bricks their 15th straight 3 of the game, and Ryan Yarnall comes off the bench and hits his 2nd straight 3 to put St. Joe's up 65-27. So Sakes, just some quick thoughts before we head into the break.
Spotswood needs to bench all their players. So does St. Joe's, but Spotswood first.
Yeah, this is rough for Spotswood. I'm not sure what the game plan is if you're head coach Steve Mate. Guess you just tell your guys it's been a great season. They played hard, but I mean this is the end. St. Joe's is up 65-27, and we'll be right back with the second half. So we are back for the third quarter. It's off to a quick start. Ethan Simmons with a quick bucket for St. Joe's. And I'm joined by Christian Foster now. So Christian, you were watching from the side. From a fan's perspective, what are your thoughts on how this game is going so far?
Well, so far it's definitely a rout. There's not much going on for Spotswood offensively or defensively, but let's see if they could make a miracle comeback. They're down 40 points.
Yeah, you might be giving Spotswood too much hope there with a miracle comeback.
I certainly am.
You have 16 minutes to score 40 points.
Yep.
I would honestly, I would love to see that miracle comeback, even as a St. Joe's fan.
Yeah, well, keep the game interesting, but so far it's still a rout, despite Spotswood having their whole school here.
Yeah, so 7:30 left on the clock. St. Joe's leads by 40, 67-27 is the score. It's going to be Spotswood ball, and it doesn't look like they have too many starters out there anymore. Looks like they almost gave up before St. Joe's did on this game. So Spotswood working it around, drives in.
That's going to be a good defensive play for St. Joe's. Josh Ingram taking it up the court. Dishes to Kwame Harrod.
Shot is no good for Kwame. Rebound by Spotswood. So an open lane here for the Chargers. Aiden goes up, blocked by Ingram. Two great defensive stops for Josh Ingram there. Amari Campbell going to try and answer back, and they'll call another travel on him. He's had a little bit of trouble with that throughout the course of the season.
Yeah, that's really been the only thing working against St. Joe's this game.
Yeah, that might be the one thing Spotswood has on St. Joe's. They have less travel calls against them. But other than that, I think St. Joe's leads in every single category.
Tough shot, but goes in for Spotswood.
Yeah, Roman Carone, leading scorer there for the Chargers. Gets them on the board to start off the second half. Ingram over to Simmons. Over to Kwame. Kwame Harrod. Shot is up and good. St. Joe's at 70. We could be seeing the first 100-point outing that St. Joe's will have all year.
Yeah, and that three ball has been really on point for St. Joe's tonight. We've already seen Kwame make a couple, and just another one to add to the list.
Oh, they've just been polar opposites when it comes to shooting beyond the arc.
Absolutely.
I think Spotswood's probably having their worst shooting night of the entire season, while St. Joe's is arguably having their best. But right as I say that, the three goes for Spotswood. First one in a very long time, maybe the first one since the first quarter. There for the Chargers.
Up in transition, and that's good for Perone.
So a bit of a hot start there for Spotswood. I mean, it's going to be all for nothing. Still down by 36 in this game, but it's definitely not bad to see that they're not giving up on the game. Could be their last game ever as a team, losing all those seniors. So it's good to see that they still have at least a little bit of heart in this game.
Yeah, good to see the bench putting some plays together in transition. And
another illegal screen there called on Josh Ingram.
Yeah, and the fouls are really the only thing that's been working against Joe's tonight. We've seen lots of that, lots of traveling. Not too many shooting fouls, but still definitely there.
St. Joe's on the other end now. Khalid Brown over to Ethan Simmons. Ethan Simmons looked like a mid-range. They'll call it a three for Ethan Simmons.
Yeah, and Ethan's three ball has been on all night long. And
to kind of add to that, I would say Ethan's three ball has been on all season long.
I'd say the same.
Yeah, and
and Kwame Harrod, after the play, does a quick floater three.
Just a little runaway three for the people. Won't count.
Yeah.
It was nice to see. Also to mention, Carone on the other end had that post fade that hit the side of the backboard. So I think that happening and then Ethan draining a three on the other end really just summarize what's going on in this game. And so will that play as Anthony Williams going to drive down the court for St. Joe's. Layup is up and good. We know he's capable of dunking, but he'll take the safer option there as the dunks have not gone St. Joe's way. Over to Kwame on another fast break. Kwame almost gets the alley-oop to Ethan Simon. That would have been a first this season for sure.
Yeah, we've seen the transition ball just working all night for St. Joe's. And that's where most of their points are being generated off. Either that or rebounds. But.
Yeah, and I think that really would have been what sends home Spotswood. If Kwame Herod tossed a pass up off the backboard and Ethan Simon jammed it in on the dunk, I think that's, as a Spotswood fan, that's when you call it, and that's when you hit the buses.
Yeah, that's right. See the Spotswood crowd sitting down now.
Yeah, they're a bit less energized than they were at the start of that first quarter.
Right.
Rightfully so. So St. Joe's keeping the same lineup out there halfway through the third quarter. And I always like to set the goal for St. Joe's whenever they have a blowout to try and hit 100 points. They have yet to do so this season. But it looks like they have a real chance to.
Yeah.
Tonight. We'll see what happens, though.
St. Joe's scoring off to a slower start than the first and second quarters. But still see if they could pull it off. Definitely trying to put it in the works now. And there is Ant Williams with a steal. It's
going to be a foul called on Ant. Look, maybe a kicked ball violation, or I'm not really sure what they're calling there, but Spotswood ball nonetheless with 4:07 left to go in the third quarter. Yeah, and this game has gotten so out of hand that even the St. Joe's student section isn't even saying anything, because I mean, both sides just accepted victory and defeat, so they're both just watching them play without really a care in the world on whether their team wins or not now.
Yeah, St. Joe's flock, rather lower attendance today for the flock, but could obviously see that not as interested in this route, you know. Hasn't been a close game at all, so.
Yeah, at the start of the broadcast, me and Siketh really expected Spotswood having a large crowd to really affect this game, but obviously with a score of 79-34 in the third quarter, it hasn't at all. Maybe even motivated St. Joe's to play even better without their classmates and students watching.
That's right. And
Spotswood, they're going to work the ball around here. Ball almost goes out of bounds.
Oh,
maybe a charging foul.
Be a charge.
And it will be. So Ethan Simon still laying his body on the line, even with his team up 35 points, or 45 points, I should say. So a bit of a slow third quarter for both teams. Spotswood actually might be outscoring St. Joe's in this quarter, but obviously with how that first half went, it's not going to matter.
I doubt that stat's going to last anyways, but. And they're going to dry up the court.
Yeah, Coach Cocoziello coming out for the second time tonight as the own personal head coach / janitor for this Falcon team. And do you have any predictions on when we might be seeing some guys like Dan Bellavia and Scott Schmidt checking into the game for St. Joe's?
Well, it's only a matter of time. At this point, it's a full-on rout. 41 points St. Joe's is ahead by, so we'll get the guys out and see if they could get the bench squad working something. That's going to be off from Josh Ingram.
Yeah, Ingram's been hitting all night tonight, but that one won't fall.
Oh.
Nice defensive play there by Khalid Brown. And a good rebound there by Owen Griffin fighting for the ball.
Yeah, nice stuff by Khalid. Not the first one he's had tonight.
It's going to be Ingram now. At the top of the key, driving it in. Pass over to Ethan Simmon. Simmon lines up and drains the three for St. Joe's.
Yeah, the perimeter shooting has really just been on point for the entire game from St. Joe's.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been night and day with these two teams. Just how good they're playing. The step back three from Josh Ingram.
Ooh.
Almost goes. So St. Joe's up 44 points now with 2:40 left to go in the third quarter. And those starters are still in the game for St. Joe's. I'll look in three there. Almost no arc on that. For Spotswood, it won't fall. David Caruso, nice pass over to Owen Griffin. Griffin really battling for it. And they'll call St. Joe's ball. So we're going to see Jeremy DeCaro and Ryan Yarnall check in for the Falcons as arguably the two best players. Ethan Simmon and Josh Ingram will likely check off for the last time tonight. They had an absolute clinic from beyond the arc. And that's a big reason why St. Joe's is sporting this 44-point lead. Yarnall's going to add to it just a little bit with an and one post-up bucket for the Falcons as they're going to hit that 80-point mark.
Yeah, not only have we seen great perimeter shooting from the St. Joe's offense, but we've also seen some great smash mouth paint movement, you know. And see if Yarnell could add it up for the three-point play.
Yeah, definitely. It looks like the final field goal percentage on the night for St. Joe's is going to be around maybe like 60 or 65%, which is unheard of.
Love to see that.
Especially in high school basketball. So St. Joe's is just having a night. Every single player, none of them has really dragged down the team at all tonight. And it's showing with the score. Yarnall going to poke that ball out and maintain Spotswood ball.
Looks like they're calling a foul on Yarnell.
Possibly, yeah, so that'll be their third foul of the second half. Kyle Walker is going to work the ball around. Shot is up and no good for Comiskey. Jeremy DeCaro going to drive in. DeCaro, the physical layup, no good.
Big time contested shot, cannot get it to roll.
Yeah, that's a great effort though.
And we got a Spotswood player down. Wow, not a lot of movement.
Yeah, I hope he's okay. It looks like he went up there with Owen Griffin. And he was the one that fouled him, so Mr. Martin's going to head over there.
Not looking good.
Yeah, he is fully sprawled out right now, so we hope for the best for him.
Can't say for sure, but it was a hard contested shot, and it looks like they're checking out his head area.
Yeah, he hit the ground hard, so
Yeah.
could be a possible concussion for him right there.
We would hate to see that.
Yeah, but he's surrounded by medical staff right now, so he'll hopefully be okay. And we're just going to take a short break, and we'll be back. So Stanaway is going to get up after lying on the score for a little while, but he gives a thumbs up to the Spotswood student section, and he'll walk out of the gym, so you'd love to see that. Could have gone a lot worse. Took a hard hit to the court, but looks like he's going to be all right.
Yeah, it was a big fall to the hardwood. Looked like there was a little blood involved, and but he looks all right at the moment.
Yeah, it looks like his eyebrow might have gotten cut up a little bit, maybe by an elbow or something. You never know. But it'll be Griffin. Still had to shoot those 2 free throws, so he will do that now. Can't make the first. The Spotswood fans letting him know. I don't think they're aware of what their free throw percentage on the night is.
Wow. Are we on?
All right, so we got a quick Spotswood fan coming on. We got Joe saying his thoughts on the game.
Hey, yo, it's your boy Joe Fetty. Shout out to Evan and Eddie. Come on now. Go Chargers.
Well, it's good to see some enthusiasm from the Spotswood fans.
That's a quick word from Joe right there.
Yeah, Joe, our friend Joe Vetti.
Joe Vetti giving the sauce in the game.
Yeah.
Just a quick break in the action. Yarnall's going to head back out
Yeah.
to the free throw line for St. Joe's.
And while we were distracted with that, we saw another hard contested shot, and a couple players went sprawling to the hardwood, but everybody gets up all right from that one.
Yeah, and also not to mention St. Joe's now has a 50-point lead over Spotswood on the night. Their largest margin of victory this year is by 39 against Old Bridge, and they're up 50 in the first round of the GMC tournament. So it really just goes to show the levels that there are in the GMC.
And saw an attempted 3 by Carone. That was going to be off, and still Spotswood ball.
It's going to be Kyle on the 3, no good. Rebounded by the Falcons. Jeremy DeCaro, the nice jab step. 3 won't go. Yeah, so it might be a little bit difficult for St. Joe's to hit that 100-point mark with the lineup they have out now, but I think it could definitely be possible. I'm also not sure if these scoreboards will even go up to 100, just looking at them right now.
Yeah, you know, I'm not sure if there's a space for that.
So I wonder what they're going to do with that. But it'll be Spotswood ball.
Oh, and that's going to be an open lay for Carone. It's the first time we've seen any bucket like that tonight.
An impressive one? Is that what you're trying to say, Chris?
No, I was trying to say the defense gave him an open lane.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So the first break in the defense for St. Joe's on the night, I guess you could say. So DeCaro kicks it over. Shot is up and no good. Caruso, the mid-range J, up and no good. Rebounded there by
And we're back on with Saketh. Ben's going to take a quick break.
So yeah, Chris, what are your plans after this scrimmage tonight?
Oh, man, well, I hope to beat the traffic, but I think a lot of these Spotswood fans are probably going to head out a little bit early, so might not be too much of a problem with that.
Yeah, definitely. Usually we get the start the buses chant. I don't think we have enough fans in attendance to do that.
Flock is way too thin tonight for that, and looks like some of the St. Joe's guys might have head out already.
It's almost embarrassing for Spotswood.
Yeah, they've definitely had a rough go, but I mean defensively they're still showing some heart. Offensively, not getting anything going really. Quick three, doesn't. All right. All right, and we're seeing some of the starters go off, and now we got Dan Bellavia on the court, or as the Joe's guys call him endearingly, Taliban Dan. And we'll see if he could get any points up this fourth quarter. I'm sure he will.
Yeah, no, we have both sides completely emptied their benches.
Yep.
So Chris, where do you see St. Joe's moving up in this GMC tournament?
Well, obviously we've seen what this team could do. It looks like our next opponents are going to be South Plainfield. I'm not sure if we had a matchup with them before in this season, but I mean, from the looks of tonight, you see the momentum this team's got, and I'm sure that they're going to be moving up the brackets real quickly.
Yeah, no, I definitely think we're going to be riding the back of Ethan Simmons all the way to that final game.
Yep, I can definitely see that.
It's looking like we're going to probably see STA in those finals. How do you think we match up against them specifically?
Well, I predict that it's going to be a good game, but I got to say Joe's by sub 20, but above 10, you know?
Yeah.
But we'll see how that pans out.
And maybe we could see Falcons hit that 100-point mark tonight.
Yeah, that would
kind
be
of
great
become
to see.
really common this year. Happens more often than we expect in high school basketball this year.
Yeah, that's right. We see a shooting foul, and Spotswood is going to get their foul shots.
You know, like you said, I'm quite surprised that we haven't seen Spotswood fans leave yet. I think it might be pointing to the fact that it's because it's their last game of the season at this point.
Yeah, for sure. The Spotswood faithful still holding strong, probably going to give their seniors a goodbye once the game's over. Dan Bellavia in the paint, dishes. 3 attempt, but far off.
That looked a lot like Spotswood shots. So quick update from the other side of the GMC bracket. Seems Monroe beat their opponent tonight. Like we mentioned, we're going to see South Plainfield in the next game.
And we're checking to see how the brackets are looking to pan out. Who St. Joe's future opponents might be. for these GMC rounds.
That first free throw goes through. So yeah, Monroe is they're gonna see they just beat Old Bridge soundly. Not too big of a surprise. Like we said, I think the Final Four is gonna come down to us versus Cologne, and then STA versus those Monroe Falcons, I believe.
Yeah, and let's see here. Yeah, and STA coming off of a win against Perth Amboy, and it looks like they'll be playing Piscataway on the 20th.
Yeah, and like we said, not too big of a surprise there. STA is probably one of the top 5 teams in the state, so I think they'll run through the GMCs until the finals.
Or maybe quarterfinal, rather.
Yeah, and I don't think Monroe's going to be too much of a match for them either.
Yeah.
I mean, they beat this Falcons team by, by the skin of their teeth.
Yep, yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, that was one of the St. Joe's oddities of the season. It was a away game loss to Monroe, which was strange considering that St. Joe's had beat them in the very beginning of the season with a COVID-stricken lineup. St. Joe's having the quarantine players, to clarify. And we're going to see Jeremy DeCaro shoot some free throws. First one's going to be off.
And speaking of Monroe, kind of like created quite a rivalry with them.
Yeah.
We had that little TikTok beef going on for a while.
Yeah.
Basketball games early. How do you think this is going to translate? You're a football player. How do you think this is going to translate to football?
Well, I can't say that. I can't say we really play Monroe. They are in the GMC, but I don't think we really play them much for football. Not that I can remember at all during my tenure here. But it was interesting, like you said, to see the some social media beef going on. So the prospects of a future game against Monroe this season, coming into the GMC rounds, are going to be looking slim. Jeremy DeCaro from 3, and that's going to be on point.
So now St. Joe's is up by 50. Biggest win, biggest margin of victory by any team in the GMC first round so far.
Yeah, and we've seen St. Joe's perimeter shooting just on point all night. And just saw Jeremy DeCaro put in another 3. You got that.
So yeah, about 6 points away from hitting the 100-point mark. Kind of impressive considering we had our bench emptied for the good majority of the second half.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely a quiet, long bus ride home for Spotswood.
Yeah, absolutely. Pretty quiet second half. Speaking of that, from Spotswood and the St. Joe's crowd. We initially saw a thin flock today, but looks like some guys decided to hit the road. But the Spotswood faithful still staying, perhaps to give their team a good farewell. And that's Tim Sullivan for 3. On point. On the money, Tim Sullivan. It's going to be yet another 3 made for St. Joe's. Seen some great perimeter shooting, not only from the starters, but also from the bench. And Spotswood is going to get that one to roll. Tough contested shot, and the rebound's no good. It's going to be a Spotswood ball. And 3 points away from that 100-point mark. And I'm sure the St. Joe's bench is wondering who's going to get it. And
Spotswood fans are a little bit too excited over the layup here. Maybe
Yeah.
it's because they're inching towards 50.
And
Tim
another
Sullivan.
Another 3 ball from Tim Sullivan.
That puts us right at the 100-point mark.
Yeah, and Tim Sullivan crossing that threshold. Spotswood won't get that one to roll. Tim Sullivan with the rebound.
Man, can it get any worse for Spotswood? I don't think I've ever seen a more dominating win in my 3 years at St. Joe's.
Yeah, like I said, the absolute rout of Spotswood from this St. Joe's squad, and very promising for our first GMC round. And I'm hoping we could see this train keep rolling, and I'm sure it will. Tim Sullivan with a steal, having himself a night. Oh, and a great Euro. In transition, and Sullivan's going to get another field goal made for the stat book. And
I think it's safe to say Tim Sullivan has been the garbage minutes MVP.
oh, absolutely. Unfortunate we're not seeing Scott Schmidt out here. Not sure if he's
The
on.
man, the myth, and the legend has been out of school for the last couple of days, so
Yeah.
hopefully he's doing well.
I haven't heard the story behind that, if he's quarantined or whatnot, but we've seen those precautions being taken. Oh, and that's going to be an air ball for the Spotswood bench. And 30 seconds on the clock. It looks like St. Joe's is going to dribble it out.
Kind of wish we could see Tim Sullivan pull it from half court again.
Yeah. Make it 3 for 3 on the 3-pointers tonight.
Yeah, so that's going to do it for tonight. St. Joe's winning comfortably against the Spotswood Chargers. Thank you for listening.